Welcome back, friends. iRelät here with a Reddit relationship story from a guy seeking advice about his failed 7-year relationship. So he's 27 and she's 29. He says, my girlfriend and I met at university when I was 18 years old. Both of us were studying the same degree, and we started our relationship formally when I was 20. She was 22. Our relationship had its ups and downs, but everything was fine. There were no problems, and we were both quite clear about our limits regarding infidelity as a breaking point for our relationship. Yeah, bro. Even trying to have a conversation with a girl about your breaking points or what you're willing to deal with as far as cheating is pointless because obviously, unless you're the type who's willing to agree to an open relationship, you're going to say that if they cheat, you're going to leave, and they're going to say the same thing. Oh yeah, I'm not a cheater. I'm not into cheating. But even cheaters will say this. So these conversations or anything you take from them is pointless and moronic. He says, when I turned 22, I graduated from university and she did the same year. Currently, we both rent a small apartment while saving together to get a mortgage loan so we can buy an apartment together. Well, both she and I are accountants, so a good part of our work can be done from home. In our room, we both have our computer where we connect to work remotely. And at one point, she went to the bathroom and I sat at her desk to hang out because I was temporarily left with nothing to do, and this is when I saw her WhatsApp web open with a message from a friend of hers. This is her best friend, who's also a woman, and the conversation was about something that happened years ago. So curiosity gets the best of me and I began checking into the conversation. Apparently, it turns out that almost 6 years ago, she and her friend had a, quote, adventure. Uh-oh, let me guess. They explored or discovered themselves on this adventure. He says they wanted to prove whether or not they were straight and if they liked women too. Yeah, sounds like they explored and discovered themselves. He says, I was absolutely stunned and didn't know what to do. I knew that she used to go out with her friend and spend long hours working because they used to be in a group during university days, but I didn't know anything about what they were actually doing. As far as I could read the conversation, it seems that the friend had a kind of attraction for my girlfriend because of what happened years ago, and now she's been thinking about it and thinks of her as more than a friend, but that's beside the point. When my girlfriend came out of the bathroom, I confronted her about it. First, she tried to minimize it by saying it was just a one-night thing and that it was for self-discovery. Bro, these chicks all act like they're on safari or part of some archaeological dig. He says, I told her directly that I don't give a crap about her self-discovery and that this is absolutely infidelity, and why the heck didn't she tell me? She responded that she regretted it and that in fact she didn't like it the least bit, that it was just for experimentation. Oh, she's a scientist now. I was absolutely clear with her that experimentation time is for when she's single. If she wants to swallow the first organ of either a man or a woman that she finds, then she should do it while she's single and not with me. For some reason, those words made her cry. Or at least she seemed to pretend to cry because I didn't really see any tears. She only managed to apologize and said that it was a one-time thing. Yeah, fake crying, they all do it. She said she didn't enjoy it and that she wanted to close the topic, but her friend from time to time would always bring it up. I told her that her friend has nothing to do with it and she doesn't matter. I care about my girlfriend and the fact that she cheated on me, and she keeps saying that it doesn't count as infidelity because it was just an experiment. Yeah, well, what happens when she meets another male scientist and he just wants to experiment? Does that not count as cheating either? He says, she told me there wasn't even penetration. Oh, they were just scissoring.
Oh yeah, scissor!
That she wouldn't have cared if I also experimented with a man at the time. But yeah, something tells me that's a lie. I simply told her that the idea is stupid and to not bring up that topic because it's completely irrelevant. No kidding. I told her to take her laptop for the next day and set it up somewhere else or go to her parents' house. The truth is that I'm seriously thinking of ending the relationship because who knows what other things she might have done under the excuse that she was discovering herself. Infidelity is something that I don't forgive, and even less so if it was at the beginning of the relationship. Why does that matter? I was thinking of asking her to marry me when we had our apartment, but now I just want her to go away. This all happened yesterday, and today she's at her parents' house asking me to think carefully and not throw away 7 years of a relationship for something she did one night. Bro, I love how she's trying to claim that you're the one throwing the relationship over something that she just did for one night. It's like, how is that any kind of an excuse? Obviously, she's the one that threw away the relationship with the thing that she did that one night, and the fact that it just happened once is irrelevant. Doesn't matter if it was with a woman, doesn't matter if you thought you were just experimenting or discovering yourself. You cheat, it's over. End of story. But he says, the truth is, I don't know what to do. I want to break up with her, but the apartment's lease expires in November. Yeah, this is why you don't move in with people, although you were planning on getting married, so I guess I can't really blame you there. I have no problems with looking for another partner because I'm still young, but it hurts to know that I threw away 7 years for someone who in her 20s wasn't sure about who she was. Forgiving her is not an option, but having to live with an unfaithful woman for the rest of the month seems stressful to me. Even more so knowing that she could return from her parents' house at any moment. I don't know how to confront her and make her understand in a simple way that this is over and that she knew from the first day of our relationship my opinion on infidelity. Yes, we included the topic of infidelity with someone of the same gender, and she knew how I felt about that too. Yet she failed with that. I honestly don't know what words to say without sounding too aggressive, but at the same time, I want to be clear enough that there's no room for doubt. Yeah, you don't have to be aggressive, you could just tell her exactly what you told us. Reiterate the fact that you went over everything when you first met her. You told her no cheating of any kind, no cheating even with people of the same gender, no experimenting, none of that nonsense. You said you were committed to me, and apparently you weren't because you did what you did, and now I found out about it. There's no chance I'm going to change my mind on this. Nothing is going to make me see you the way I used to. It's over, and we're done. I mean, all you can do with her is just be as calm and as pleasant as you can possibly be and explain to her what you explained to us and what I just said and tell her there's no turning back. That's pretty much all you can do. But good on you for not moving forward because a lot of guys on this channel don't think the way you do. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm proud to hear that you have a backbone, and like you said, you are young, you can move on. Unfortunately, this is probably going to sting for a while considering it was 7 years, and that's a pretty long time, but eventually you'll be over this, you'll find somebody better, and you won't be thinking about this anymore. But also, as far as what this guy said about dealing with her for another month, this is why I always tell people, don't move in together until you're on the track to getting married, which he was, but aside from that, I'm just saying, typically in these situations where something goes south like this, and you're renting a place with somebody where you have a lease and you're contractually obligated to stay living with them, this is exactly the kind of mess that I suggest people avoid by not moving in with one another until you're absolutely serious, which again, I know he was, but a lot of times young people will move in after just like a year of knowing each other, and this kind of thing is very common when you're in a young relationship, so to put yourself in a position like this is just not smart. But anyway, what do you all think about this situation? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, or relationship advice down in the comments, or click like for the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the next one. So he's 28 and she's 26. He says, I don't know if I'm looking for advice here or to rant or just to hear other people's opinions. My girlfriend, in quotes, and I have been together for about 4 months now, and things started off great. Why did you put girlfriend in quotes? It soon became apparent that she was an alcoholic who was coming me to work pretty much everywhere with me. You mean coming with you to work? She was going with you to work. I noticed she'd slip off for a bit and come back being quite rude to people and was clearly intoxicated. Bro, why was she with you at work? I don't get it. She has some issues going on in her personal life, so I assumed this was just a product of her dealing with it. Things only got worse from here. She started hiding alcohol from me in plain sight, putting it into her soft drink bottles and hiding them behind the sofa, or just point blank drinking them in front of me, telling me that there's no vodka in them. Things got really out of hand when she was consuming 2 to 3 large bottles of vodka or rum or gin a day. Yeah, that's pretty out of control. She very quickly started becoming physical when approached about her drinking, typical narcissistic tendencies mixed with an alcoholic. Then she does 11 days sober, and on her last day, she left my house, went back to her mother's, who was on holiday, and slept in bed with one of her exes who's been asking her for naughty pictures leading up to this point. She denied anything physical happened until a few days ago when she admitted that they smooched. Yeah, my friend, come on, she did more than that. Then about 2 weeks ago, she came home drunk, and I banned her from coming over to my house while drinking, so she went off to a hotel for a few nights. While she was at the hotel, she drank a ton, sent me voice messages of what sounded like a few men trying to get busy with her, but she denies anything happened. After this, she showed up to my work and a guy was calling her. She at first said that it was a friend of a friend. I found out this was a lie and that she actually met him on iRelät. And for those of you who don't know what iRelät is, it's like a video chat site where people just pop up and you can skip them or have a conversation. He says they had several calls resulting in her sending him naughty pictures. She tried to cover it up, but I spoke to the guy who was appalled that she did what she did while in a relationship. Again, she blamed this all on her alcohol problems and the trauma that's caused it. Stupidly, I took her back again, until 2 days ago. She came home drunk. I told her due to me being ill, I was not going to tolerate her behavior. Something tells me you will. She decided not to go home and instead went to a local pub. There she met 2 guys, who she then took to a hotel close to hers, and proceeded to be intimate with both of them. She called me on video call while at the hotel. She was completely bare and showed me that a guy was with her. She was denying she was doing anything wrong and then told me that she was single. Oh yeah, she's not doing anything wrong, but adamantly claims to be single. She then told me to come and get her. I took a cab to the hotel where she came out and told me that these men were going to you-know-what her. She then changed her story and said that she agreed to be with both of them in a 3-person bedroom situation. She told me to my face that this is what she wants, then left to go check back into the hotel. The next day I spoke to one of the guys who confirmed that she did do this with him, then left the hotel in the middle of the morning. They've also been texting each other since. She fully denied any wrongdoing until she called the man, tried to claim that I was just out of my mind, and came back to say that yes, she did get with him but didn't remember doing it. I'm genuinely hurt by all of this, but most of all, I just feel stupid. What would you all do if you were me? If I were you, I would have never gotten with this person in the first place, knowing that she was like this from the very start. And then once she started coming to your work drunk and harassing people, which I don't understand the whole thing about her being at your work, but as soon as she started doing that, I would have left. Once she started just downing tons of bottles on a daily basis, I would have left. And then when she got together with one of her exes, I would have left. When she blatantly lied about all this nonsense that you know for a fact is true, I would have left. And then especially when she went to a hotel and did this 3-person situation with a bunch of guys, then I definitely would have left. Every single step along the way here throughout your story, I would have left. But for some reason, you must not like yourself very much because you're choosing to stick it out and still asking us now, after this ridiculous story you just told, what we would all do as if anyone in the right mind wouldn't have left. I mean, what more is there to say here?
Leave, you idiot. Make like a tree and leave.
What do you all think about this situation? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments and click like for the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new, share this video with someone you think might like it, and check out my main channel for more culture and relationship-based topics. Till then, hope you all take care of yourselves, support and be good to good women. Peace.